Hello everyone, welcome back to EasyCG. In the previous video, we have seen terrain creation, prepping up the hero asset, and creating USD assets from megascans. In this video, we'll see how can we use the USD assets which we have created from megascans in scattering. So, to load an USD asset, obviously we're gonna use the reference node. Let's just say this way. Let me show you. Yes, I have used the same process what I have shown you before in the previous videos. So as you can see now, I am only viewing a single asset. But if I click here and if you see, there are like a lot of variants. As we know already, USD is a packet data. To use that into the scattering workflow, we have to bring all our variants outside. So how can we do that? Let me show you. For example, I'm going to use a explore variant node. I need to add the primitive here. Okay, everything seems to be normal. So after adding the primitive, we are still not able to see the other variants. To see that, what you can do, you can just click the nested variants here. As you can see, I can see all the variants here. To see it more properly, what you can do in the layout, you can just add a side by side, use bound and cut down the spacing in between each one. So I believe this is just a bug. Let me just reset my viewport. Yeah. So as you can see now, these are all my variants here. So what I will do, I will just uncheck on my use bounds. So it will automatically take the bounding region and it will separate automatically how many and whatever the number of variants we have. I'll just do the spacing as 0. That's what I have done here. Same thing. And to use this, we need to specify this collection with a specific name. Let's just say like currently I have like a small stone pack B. I can be having small stone pack C or D. Everything I can just put it into explore variants, and in the collection I can just mention. If I take a new collection here, delete it, connect here, what you need to do, the collection, this is how it will look like in the default draw. So the collection name, you can just give any random name. I'll just quickly give rocks and enter. And in the primitives we have to mention like what are or variant primitives, like whatever the primitives we have. In my case, as you can see, I'm using explore variant. Under that I am seeing all my variants. So what I will do, I will just remove this and copy this one. Sometimes it is buggy. Yeah, and I'll put start. So now we have mentioned all these are a single collection in which we have all the variants. It's a similar thing here, whatever I have done. And coming to the instancer node, if we quickly go inside the instancer node, so this is my custom setup I have created as per my will. So what exactly we have is, so obviously a terrain we need to scatter. Let me show you. And this is my hero area, and these are my rocks. So why I have taken rocks? Because I can simply use them to remove the unwanted area, whatever I have. I can. So why I have used this big rocks in my scatter setup? Because this I can use it as a removable mask for my scatter setups. I will show you. So I have combined it and to show you the mask. This is a simple primary mask which I have generated, and slowly I have transferred my mass data, which is generated from mass by feature, to onto my terrain. So after that, what I have done, I created this setup, this move setup, to get the outline of wherever there is a contact point on my terrain. Like these are the big rocks, and of course there is a contact point to my terrain. So I want to scatter onto the edges. So I have taken two remaps here. One is to a little bit to the outer area, and another one is a little bit to the inside area. So what exactly you will see in the result is, if you see, I perfectly got a outline where I can easily, and it is a procedural thing, so whenever I need, I can change it or tweak it. I have used a remap again here to adjust a little bit. You can see there are a little bit of values, and I scattered the points there. I have used the attribute randomize for a p-scale and my orient information. If I go out and visualize, as you can see, let me show you how my p-scale and orientation works. Let me disable this. Oh, not everything. Yeah. Yes. I don't know if you are able to see it or not. This kind of little things really do matter. I have used a transform to make the rocks a little bit go inside to my ground area, because that is how it will be in the real life as well. So I have created one more setup. It's a similar to whatever we have here. Let's quickly go through this one also. Let me open it. I have combined my mask, which is generated from hand paint, to my procedural, and I have mentioned in the attribute combine to only view the noise mask wherever I have hand painted. If you have no idea regarding the attribute combine, I have already done a video regarding this one. Please do visit my channel again. And here I have used a point replicate. So point replicate is nothing but to generate multiple points from a single point. So let me show you what I have exactly done. So these are the single points I have, and using this I have created multiple points. If you see here, for each point it will create a 5 points. So in here I can just simply mention like what are the shape I want, what are the noise I want for the point which is generated. And after that I have used ray. So what exactly ray does is, let me show you. This is my terrain. So whenever you use a point replicate, the points will be in different direction. So for example, this is one point. If I use point replicate, around it will generate the points. So it is not properly aligned to the terrain or the ground. So I use ray. You see, everything is snapped to my terrain. So that's how I have generated because usually in the real life nature, if there is a small big rock, and there will be a few debris around it. So to create that kind of effect, I have used the point replicate and the ray, and I have adjusted scale, because whatever the point which is around that big rock, the scaling will be a little bit small. So same thing, my orient and the transform p scale, everything. So if I go out now and review it, see. So this may look like a little bit of a replication process, but if you view it with my terrain, so this is how it is. So it will be random because I have used a p scale and I have orient, and in the end I have used a transform value to push my rocks a little bit to the ground. So that is one scatter setup I have. See, this is another one. Same process. I have used the explore variant and I have used the collection. So one thing in the instancer you need to do is, so whenever you use the instancer, so whatever the collection we have given here, we need to mention it in the prototype primitive percentage or collection name, and uncheck this only point specified prototype primitives. So then only we'll be able to see your result. So currently we are using one asset. If you have any multiple USDs which are loaded into references, you can just put it in, connect it to the merge and connect it. It will also work. So this scatter setup mainly I have used it for the fallen ship area, which is fallen ship area where the nose is. Let me show you. Let's go inside. Yeah, this is my ship, and I have used a simple flow here. Let me quickly show you. This is my terrain, and I have generated a custom mask. Little bit of blur and my scatter points. I have used a attribute remap. Inside that I have used a p scale. What this exactly does is, let me show you. Let me pin this guy. So I have used the attribute blur here. So blur will give us a fall off. And coming here in the attribute tree map, I have used a p scale. So this will also give me a fall off. So if my mask is fading away, my p scale will also fade away. I see, as you can see. So that's the reason I have used a p scale in my remap after my scatter. And my p scale attribute is already created in my scatter line. That's the reason the best thing to use is the scatter line, because it has already inbuilt a p scale and the orient information. So that's the second setup which I have. And third one, which is a generic rock scatter around my whole area. Let me show you. So as you can see, it is a little bit off, even though if I see it in full render mode. But if I check it in karma render, I'm able to see it properly. That is because a little bit of a displacement problem. I intentionally added it here to show you like how can you edit a material after you generate it to the USD. So as you can see, I have taken edit material here. Let me take it one more time. Edit material method. I'm gonna connect it. Visualize. Nothing is happening because I need to specify my material here. So under my USD, there is a material, drag and drop and load. It has been loaded. Let's go inside. This is my material which I have converted into USD. So there is a displacement here. Usually for the scatters, mostly everything will be works on normal map. Displacement is really not required. So to turn it off, like you can just disconnect it, or I can just enable here and put it 0. As you can see, everything is perfect now. And let's see here, everything is messy, and I will connect this. Now everything is smooth. Same thing I have done, explore variants, like I showed you before, and collection, my collection name and my primitives and my instance. I haven't done for my whole terrain. If I go inside, so put it in preview mode, it is getting a little bit heavy. Yeah. So let me show you my terrain. It is so big, but what I have done, I have created a custom mask to the area which is required for me, the hero area. I have the masker feature to get a procedural mask for the unevenness surface. And if you see, this is my hero area with a procedural mask, unevenness mask, wherever there are ups and downs, wherever there is a down, the mask has been generated and I can easily scatter on that area. So these are my scatter setups which I have created. And in the last thing which I have generated is there is a karma fog box. So let me show you. Let me cut down my full render resolution. Yes. So this is how it looks with my fog. In the fog, what I have done, I have given density very much low, and I have adjusted my sorry, and I have adjusted my fog region, how much ever I have needed. So if I look from the camera, this is my fog region, as you can see. Yes, and I have the color render settings, and inside that, this is for the viewport render settings. For the full render, I will be using Full HD or the 4K with a very good samples of 512 or more than that. And below that, in the image output, I have multiple passes, mainly albedo, beauty, and cryptomats, and depth pass, these kind of things. So this is for the whole setup which I have generated in Solaris Karma using USD processor. So as you can see, this is my graph stage except of my render, but all the elements are in my main structure, which is on loft on mask, like the big rocks, camera, lights, scatter, and my terrain or the hero assets. So this is how we can modify or properly arrange your setups in Solaris using the EST process. So in the next steps, we will see how I have done a quick slap for my render passes and to get the final render, whatever I wanted to achieve. So we are in the nuke now, and as you can see, this is my final render with fog. If you want to see without the fog, this is my render without the fog, and there are few things which I have done. Let me quickly show you. So to adjust my color space, I have this OCIO color space, and let's see what I have clicked in the crypto. Yes, sir. So after the final render, I have seen like my few rocks are like getting a little bit darker. Either it can be due to the material adjustment or my lighting. So good thing we have crypto mats, everything. So I have quickly adjusted in my slab. So next thing I have adjusted here is this area. Same thing, a little bit darker. They're getting into a little bit darker direction. So I have the crypto to make it a little bit lighter and compatible with my environment. So I got the alpha, and using that I have created a depth pass, as you can see now here. Yep. So This is whatever here you are seeing. This is everything is a fog background. We don't have anything. So to cheat it, what I have done, I have downloaded a few images from Google, and one of the image, which is this one, I believe. Yeah, this one I believe. I have used it, and as you can see, let's see here, I don't have any background or a lighting source. So, but if I see here, I have a light source which is hitting from here, and I have a few backgrounds. So there are multiple ways you can do the backgrounds and the lights. You can DMP it, or you can just quickly download the HDRIs and put it here. I have a different way of approach here, because this is my personal dream. So by this, I'm able to achieve whatever I wanted it. So that's the reason I have went through this process. This is my fog area, a little bit of CCs, and I have created a cinematic top and bottom black plate fingers to give it a cinematic look. So this is the quick slab which I have done. Let me show you the layer contact sheet of my scene without the font. So this is how it looks. So cryptos are the really important part. So whenever you are rendering in Houdini Solaris, so to get the proper crypto information, you need to put it into the batch render. So then only you will be able to use the metadata from the crypto. So that's it for this environment. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you.